Welcome back, ladies and gentles. It's story time. I should probably make these separate. I'm gonna do it all in one. So the other day, I was out with some homies at this bar chilling and shit. And we're outside. We were honestly about to dip. It's this karaoke bar. Um, Not gonna lie, we had some brewskis in the whip. So we had some right outside, and as we were just chilling, unwinding, I guess, um, this couple, I want to say um, they were inside. They popped out, smoke a square. I got my pods and my THC allegedly right here. It's a little clogged. My bad. Hold on. But that square be hitting different than this shit. So I had already seen one other like old lady smoking outside, and I thought about it, and I was like, I'm good. And then the homie Nick looks over and sees him coming out and started smoking square. He's like, damn. And I had already thought it. I didn't say nothing, but I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna see if I can go get one. So I go up to these people. They're white, and I'm like, yo, y'all got a square you can spare? And they're instantly like, oh, you've been watching Seinfeld? You watch Seinfeld? And I'm like, no. Fuck, what do you mean? And like, oh, that's like in Seinfeld, this and that. And I'm like, oh, no, I've never seen that. I swear to God. I think they're like in their 30s, mid 30s maybe. And um, they're like, nah, dude shows me his empty square box and shit. And the lady's like, how old are you? And I'm like, guess. She's like, hold on, I'm gonna guess. And she guesses 22. And I've had people guess my age in the past like year or so. I've gotten mostly younger than I actually am, and one older when I had this look like beard growing out and shit. Someone asked me if I was 30, and I was like, the fuck? Just like last week, someone was asking me if I was coming out of high school, and she keeps guessing. I didn't even say yes or no. I like the mistake. I was like, she's like 19, and I'm just like, I kept the same like reaction. I'm like, I wouldn't even be able to get in here if I was 19. She's like, well, when I was 19, I could get in anywhere, but I got tits. And I didn't hear the last part, so I was like, you got what? She's like, tits. And she like looks down and shit. And obviously, I'm like, oh, yes. Yes, you do. And, the dude she was with, he's like, you go to Schurz? And if you, Schurz is a high school in the area, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, there's no way you think I'm in high school. And the lady starts like laughing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way y'all think I'm dead ass in high school. It was funny because it was my birthday night, and I'm over here turning 26, and people are thinking I'm in high school. I was like, oh, that explains a lot. Um, yeah, that was the first story time. Um, Shorty was looking like mid 30s or something. I'm not gonna lie, I would. Uh, yeah, moving on to the next story. What was the next story? I had three. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Two is so your boy's been doing community service lately. Um, and like a month ago, last month, I was just doing some gardening project, and one of the volunteers, there was three volunteers. One of them was the second girl to show up. Well, the second person, she was a girl, and she kind of looked like a coordinator, like the people that set it up. So I'm like, I see her pull up, and I'm like, yo, what's your name? Like, are you one of the coordinators, this and that? She's like, no, I'm a volunteer. And I'm like, oh, Shorty's tall. He's like an inch or two taller than me, probably like 5'10", 5'11". I'm instant like the fuck. And she looked young. So like at first I thought she was one of those people that just look young, like in their 20s and just look young as hell. And it was just casual to like halfway. We're like just doing shit and we're conversating and shit. And I got her age. Um, she mentioned she was in college, so I'm like, okay. I'm like, are you like a sophomore? She's like, I'm about to be. I'm like, wait, so how old are you? She's like, 18. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't, I wasn't looking at her any type of way. I wasn't even like on that. Um, and then I mentioned I was turning 26. I'm like, damn, I'm getting old and shit. And she asked me, she's like, do you have any advice for me? And I really, I like that. I was like, consider myself a wise person, knowledgeable. And I can't remember exactly what I told her, but I did. I spit some fire, some facts. Oh, she carries that to the end of time. I really just told her to enjoy her time till she's like 23. Um, that's when like I told her personally, I started feeling like shifts in my state of mind, and just growing as a person. And at that time, it's just gonna go by like that. And it's only gonna feel like it's going by faster and faster as time goes on. That's probably the main point I told her about influence. Like if she ever finds herself like people wanted to be like her and shit, that at some point kind of have a responsibility to not be a piece of shit, I guess. Even if you don't want it, like I told her that, like I have a tendency to influence people growing up, even though I don't want to. Free will. I do shit because I want to, and I pretty much assumed everyone else did, but not everyone was built like that. So that's basically what I told her. And shortly after that, she's like, "What are you doing after this?" And I'm like, I don't have anything really planned. The only thing I planned is my gym session. I usually go at 8." She's like, "Oh." And I just kind of like retreated, and I'm like, is she lobbing that shit to me right now? And I'm like, well, what are you doing? She's like, oh, nothing. I'm like, you wanna hang out? I'm like, she lobbed it up. Um, we had already established that we were smokers. She's a smoker. She had a whole geek bar and shit. So and we had brought up drugs and shit. She was looking for plugs and all that shit. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, let's go smoke. And I'm just my frame of mind. I'm not a fucking creep. I'm not weird. I'm not one of those people. One of those dudes that are like fucking over 25 and they're like, oh, I want me a young, on some creepy fucking predator shit. That shit never sat right with me even when I was younger. Like I was 14 and shit like that. I'm like, bro, you're actually sick. Um, and yeah, like I'm just like fuck it, like I got nothing else to do. Just fucking kick it. I'm in this frame of mind. I'm like big bro, like none of that other shit. But as the our hangout progressed, she was very being very suggestive, and I kind of just like stiff armed it. Don't get me wrong. Like I thought about it for a second. I'm like, would I? And overall, that shit was pretty fun. It ended up being like a little fucking date and shit, and it was one of the funner dates I've been on. It was a thing in the back of my mind. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, fuck. I'm like, what is that? She's 18. Fucking, I'm 8 years older than her, and any thought of like trying to do something or like escalate or progress, it just felt weird within me. It just didn't sit right with me. So I just enjoyed the time. Had some good, good time. Had a good time overall because she was feeling me, but I was like the whole thing in my head like it was just bothering me. Um, and yeah, I didn't even ask for her number, contact information, or anything. I was like, meeting. No, I gave her a hug, but I was like, yeah, like I can do without this. um, I had told some homies, and they gave me some kind of reaction, like what's wrong with you type shit. Like I was open, and I'm just like, I know I don't have to take every opportunity that presents itself to me just because it's there. Like that's some you don't have opportunities like that kind of shit. If you're saying that, no shade, but like, fuck, I don't. You literally don't have to take every opportunity a girl gives you. You don't want to. Fuck. But yeah, that leads to my next topic, which is age gap relationships. Like, I think I'm gonna start with anything over 25 years old. Like, someone could be 25 and the other person is 35. You're grown. You're officially fucking grown, and not everyone's in the same level of maturity. So I'm sure there's outliers. You probably find someone 23 and fucking 33, depending on the maturity and shit. I think the only problem I have is when it's like predatorial, and I've seen it from both men and women. Older women trying to get younger dudes, and older dudes trying to get younger men. I mean, older dudes trying to get younger girls. Um, it's the same shit. It's weird. It will never be justified. You're both creeps. Um, and growing up, when I look back at it now, um, in high school and shit, there was definitely some shit that I didn't catch when I was younger. I was obviously because I was younger and I was naive. Um, like teachers or just adults in general, like looking at me in some type of way. And like I'm saying, looking back at it now, I was like, what the fuck? I had a suspicion of one of my teachers back then, but I was like joking in my head, like, damn, she feeling me. I was just kind of talking shit, but looking back, it was like, damn, what the fuck? She was actually on some shit. Um, but yeah, it's so looked down upon when it's like an older dude for the most part with a younger girl, and it's not really any different when it's the older woman. Um, I was 22, 23 when I started working at this gym I was at. Even when I was just working at, working out, and in my late teens and adolescence, anyone significantly older than me, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, fuck, a lady could have been throwing ass on me, and I was like, the fuck is wrong with you? I was thrown up on the bitch. Um, when I was 22, 23, I think I had the most pressure applied to me when it came to older ladies, and they're decent. I ain't gonna lie, but that same discrepancy in my head, fuck you, you're like 10 years older than me. Fuck, like this is kind of like you're just trying to play with me type shit. And I know this is bad, but like I don't know, that's not me. I'm not gonna get used. Especially if you got a whole ass family and shit, like kids, like young kids, and like you're still with your mans and you're over here trying to have me as a boy toy or some shit. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Um, yeah, I was 22, 23, with like bitches 10 years older than me trying to be on some shit. And I still thought it was weird. I still think it's weird if you're over 30 and you're trying to get at someone like younger than like 25, like you should probably consult a therapist or God, because what the fuck? Um, that's my take on the whole situation. I've been on this spectrum enough to have a valid opinion on it. I'm 26 and like my range is pause unlimited right now. You know, well, obviously over. Don't be like that. Um, and yeah, I'm pretty valid when it comes to this conversation. Um, that's pretty much it. I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm not just talking on the topic just cause it's because I've actually experienced and witnessed a bunch of shit. And yeah, that's pretty much it.